a hell of a blinder, a hell of a, y'all remember yesterday I talked about pattern recognition. Hey Bertha, good morning. So listen, so y'all, I'm going to use Kentucky as an example of whiteness over wellness. I'm going to use Kentucky as a perfect example based off of what we found out yesterday. So y'all, just listen to this and listen to the ignorance and this pattern recognition. Remember yesterday I talked about pattern recognition, how people will make decisions or want to belong to a group so that they will basically vote or participate against themselves. So here's a perfect example of how pattern recognition and whiteness as a social ego creates this space for white people to vote against themselves. It's like this whiteness as a social ego, it's a void of inherent identity. It's just like a personal ego. And we see that so many identify with this, right? Let me tell you a little bit about this whiteness and how they will vote over their own wellness. So yesterday in Kentucky, the state of Kentucky continued Mitch McConnell and voted Trump. Listen to this, I don't even know, it's like a word, I don't even know what word to describe it. When you basically vote and participate in your own demise. So look at Kentucky as an example. The Affordable Care Act from the previous administration, y'all, the Affordable Care Act, since the previous administration took care of poor, white, and unhealthy Kentucky. And you want to know what? It essentially even started to change the life expectancy and trajectory of the health of white people in Kentucky. I don't know if you all know the data or statistics about the health of Kentucky, but it's not one of the highest. However, the Affordable Care Act came in and essentially start turning that around for white people in Kentucky, giving them access to the health resources that they need. Do y'all see this? These people voted whiteness over wellness. They will commit to their whiteness to their own demise, in the sense that they will vote for someone that represents whiteness, even though that someone is against the thing that takes care of them. I'm gonna be quiet so y'all can just think about that. So we got white teachers, white medical providers, white judges, white police, white practitioners that live inside the prison of this small mind of whiteness. And a lot of times they hide behind it and call it Christianity. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Whiteness is a social ego, and this is from Radical Dharma. Whiteness is a social ego as void of inherent identity as the personal ego. And we see so many who have identified with this as much as their own name, but without being willing to name it. So you have people who will identify with their whiteness as if that's who they are, just like they identify with their name. And then this whole concept of Trump, it's giving them this identity that actually it functions against their own wellness. It actually is here for their demise, and they don't even recognize it. Do y'all think that's sick? Because I think that's sick. And then a lot of them hide behind it and call it Christianity. And y'all know, when you hear people talk about, I'm a conservative Christian, what does that really mean? I always say to them, I say, tell me what you mean by that. What does that mean to be a conservative? So y'all look, remember what I said yesterday about pattern recognition. A conservative Christian and those that vote for Trump, you hear language like this. This is what conservative Christian talk has turned into. I say, what does that mean? Well, is this choice that I'm making profitable for my business if I vote a certain way, right? So they would rather vote for their business, for corporation, and for capital before voting for the things that actually are inherent to Christianity. So they would rather vote for a president that lies, that ignites hatred and dissension, and that continuously just acts out of just hatred, right? And acts out of ego, this infantile mindset. Individuals would rather vote for that and participate in that because it could potentially bring profit to their business, or they can be conservative in their resources, or this perception of, y'all think about this. This profit, this idea of profit and this bias has distorted Sangha. Do y'all know what Sangha is? So Sangha in Sanskrit is simply like, Sangha is like, it's our spiritual communities. So when we talk about churches and we talk about religion and we talk about Sangha and these spaces of spiritual communities, profit has essentially distorted that for white people to the point that they will vote whiteness over their own wellness, over their own spiritual wellness, over their own physical wellness, over their own mental wellness. Do y'all hear me when I say that? You talk about mental health and mental health issues and in the white community, and you talk about the Affordable Care Act and what it's done to take care of them, but yet you vote for the person that's against that. Y'all, I feel sad in my heart for that. I feel so sad in my heart for that. But y'all listen. Here, this is from Radical Dharma. We as a country continuously practice the inability as a nation to honor the theft of these lands and the building of wealth, power, and privilege on the countless backs and graves of Black and Indigenous people. And this is our most significant obstacle to being at peace with ourselves and the world. So y'all, when we sit back and look at like the true nature of people and what they see, it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad that whiteness, this social ego, this concept, this construct of whiteness has people believing in something that's so fake and so not real. However, when we look at this and we look at how this is showing up, and then we look at how we choose to participate, y'all know I told y'all this before. This was months ago. We talked about this. You still need to be loved. Not saying you need to be ignorant and not practice wisdom and let things mistreat you or do you wrong or continuously abuse you or oppress you. But in that love, you need to show up. You need to show up for yourself, and you need to show up for people. Do y'all hear me? All right, y'all. Let's put our hands on our hearts, because honestly, when we think about this, when we think about all of this, when we think about what everything comes down to, it is love. And when we think about the fact that we live in capitalism, and capital is what drives, it is the force, it is what people will use as the reason to make a choice, is will it make me profit? Oh, Jeremy, you said fear of change and being powerless holds them captive. Ooh, well, let's just read that. Y'all, everybody close your eyes and just listen to this thought from Radical Dharma. Y'all can go get this book now. So Radical Dharma. Here's a little reading from Radical Dharma. The mandate is to control Black bodies. And I want y'all to think about how Christianity was also used for that during slavery. How Christianity and the Bible was used to do this as well. So the mandate is to control Black bodies. The need is to have the constant specter of the other. When the other exists, it strengthens your need to belong. Your belonging is necessary for compliance. Your compliance maintains the system. You are police too. You are policed by your need for belonging. Remember I talked to y'all about people need to belong? Your need for belonging requires control of the other, or at least the illusion of it. You are policed through the control of my body, but you are policed too. What y'all say? What you say, sister? Love covers a multitude of sin. However, here's the thing about that love. It's really necessary for people to come to own their own and to be truthful and honest about what that love looks like in them and how they show up. Because y'all know what? The love of resources, the love of money, the love of capital is actually a little more rooted in people than they want to admit that it is. The love of making sure that I maintain these material items, and if I have to vote a certain way to make sure that I maintain these material items, then so be it. The love of like this possibility of being wealthy and to being rich and to having resources is one love that people don't want to acknowledge. So sis, I hear you when you say love covers a multitude of sin. But when we start talking about love and do people really know what love is? I don't think so. I don't think so. Y'all, let's just breathe together. Let's place our hand on our hearts and we're going to give thanks. This is what we're going to do. When I listen to this song, what I'm giving thanks for is for the things that I cannot purchase. So I want you all to just start thinking about the things that have been given to us by God, the universe, by Krishna, whoever you refer as your God, right? The universe, the supreme being, the all-powerful, the divinity, the divine, whatever you see as God, All those things that are given to us that we cannot purchase. So one thing that I give thanks for every day is my awareness. Everybody breathe that in. Do you give thanks for your awareness and that you have the ability to continue to grow in your awareness, to constantly seek consciousness, right? I give thanks for the sun, fresh air, and the fact that Mother Earth, we belong to Mother Earth. She doesn't belong to us. But some of us, even in our attempts to say we don't love Mother Earth, and we constantly do things to abuse her. And our lack of awareness of what we do that abuses Mother Earth. But we give thanks for you today, Mother Earth. We give thanks for all the resources that are given to us by Mother Earth. And even in our own ignorance of how we participate with our capitalistic lifestyles. Y'all, you got to own your own. Everybody take a breath in and breathe out. Y'all hear me? What you say, Marva? People have a love of goods instead of love of what is not. Come on, Marva. Marva, like people don't want to own their own and admit that. Do you hear me? Love is sacrificing. You said Tina Turner told you about that love, but y'all listen, the love is simple. Even when we think about the foods that we put in our body, Mother Earth has given us all that we need. And then we go and eat processed stuff. We eat processed shit. We eat fun. We don't eat food. Like everything has been given to us. All those natural things that are here for us. Do y'all hear me? It's like people really need to wake up. Wake up to your shit. Like that is true power when you start looking at yourself and how you show up. And then how whiteness will have you believing, because everybody participates in it. Whiteness and white Christianity and the way Christianity is used will have you believing that you need to police other people. That you need to police what other people are doing instead of yourself. Police yourself. Y'all. Y'all just give thanks. Just play that over and over. Make sure you got the right energy and the right vibration flowing through you, and that you don't adapt yourself to these lower frequencies and lower vibrations. People don't even know how to love themselves, so they can't love others. Y'all know I say that all the time. How can I expect somebody to show up for me with me when they can't even show up for themselves? We live to eat and not eat to live. Learning this as I learn. Police yourself. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I would drop some stuff on you about all this. About just looking at you and constantly sitting with you and breathing you and knowing you and being truthful to yourself about you. And stop playing. Hey, Sheikah, that's India Irie. I want you to go play that over and over. Like I just sit and meditate with that sometimes, y'all. I just want to give thanks for those things that are naturally here for me and not the things that material things can buy. Like relationships. Can't nobody pay for relationships. To have a true love, to have that love of somebody truly seeing you. When people truly see you and love you anyway, you can't pay for that. Right, y'all? So you say, J Miles, what people think is love is on some external ish and how other people should make them feel. Come on, J Miles. What love is, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go, y'all. What I've seen is that everything is about what you can do for me in a relationship. It's conditional. It's like this. It's like, I love you because of what you can do for me. Not this unconditional space of just the love is there, right? And for the most part, we start thinking that we need people, right? We start thinking that we need somebody. And then the person that is feeling needed by you, the person that is feeling needed by you, then that is what they perceive as love, right, y'all? Right? But that's not love when you need someone. Love is when you choose. Love is choice, right? When I choose you and you choose me, it's not a need. I don't have a dependency on you. That's when that's a real love, when choice is available. True love is available with choice. Do y'all hear me? But then just to look at what do you see as love, right, y'all? Y'all, let me get off here and go on with this Wednesday. But I want y'all to just sit with your stillness. Carry your stillness everywhere you go so that the chaos doesn't come and just take you up with it, okay? And y'all listen to that India Irie song. That's a good one. Okay, y'all? Okay, y'all go. Y'all go give thanks.